I think what I'd like is people fitted to work experience that fits them. Whereas at the moment what happens is the organisations that sending them on the work experience is a tick box exercise to a certain extent. Not always, but many cases. So as a young person, you come into the job centre or the work programme provider, and they just want to fit you into a box. And actually, because they just want to be able to tick the box to say, we've done that, we've got X number of people into this programme. Whereas actually, each person's different, and what you want is a successful outcome for that person. And I think it's too one size fits all at the moment.
Sure.
And what is the driver for the organisation that's sending you to that work experience? It's for
Sure.
them to get a credit
Sure.
rather than for your outcome. And I think to take a little more time to make sure that they have a successful experience, because the thing about work experience is two ways. And for the person who's sent on the work experience, if they have a horrendous experience that first time, it's going to be so much harder for them to have confidence to go to the next interview or go into the next job. And you know, young person, you know, your whole future is ahead of you. If you don't have hope and that's taken off you at the first experience of work, then it's not a good outcome, is it? I think one of the reasons that the scheme got a very negative press is because there was already a suspicion about people exploiting the situation. So there's always, there'd been a lot in the press about internships, about unpaid internships. Some people had been on them for like a year, you know, and the fact that it was only people from affluent backgrounds who could afford to do that. So there was already a level of, oh, hang on a minute, you know, it's not a level playing field here. And now you're expecting, in any job, even stacking shelves or, you know, serving coffee, for people to do it for nothing. And so I think there was already a level of suspicion amongst the general public about this. And then obviously it was the big names as well. It was, you know, some of the big supermarkets, the big chains that were doing this. And what people know is big organisations make big profits, and why on earth would they want people to work for nothing?
Okay.
There is a problem, and there is a problem that we have an awful lot of young people out of work. We've got people who've got degrees out of work, we've got people with no qualifications out of work, and those people need a future because they are the future of the country. And so there is a problem. So scrapping the scheme is knee-jerk, I think. I think we have to look at the parts of the scheme that are likely to be exploited and make sure those loopholes are closed. We have to make sure that this is an offer of work experience to people and not a demand. And if you are in a situation where your benefit, which is not a huge amount of money, is reliant on you doing whatever somebody tells you to do, and you have to go and do a job, an unpaid job, no matter where it can be, and in London, you know, travelling across London can be very costly and very time consuming. That's not a free choice. And I accept that you need to have some sort of sanction about people who refuse to engage with the work market. And I accept that, that's true, because it isn't fair. It isn't fair if some people are just paid to do nothing all the time. But that's not my experience of young people. Young people are desperate for work, and they're desperate for something to do and something meaningful. So to scrap it would just be a knee-jerk reaction. What we have to do is look at what works, and what we should be doing is looking at what works in other countries, which we don't seem to be doing. I would say, look at what the scheme can offer you, and be questioning, don't be passive in it. Talk to your advisor and explain, if you don't want to do it, explain why. Don't just go, oh, I'm not interested. You know, articulate what you think and how you feel. Because your future, take control of it. Because this is meant to be a partnership. It's about you finding what you want to do and employers finding the right people to work for them. So what I would say is be articulate. Say what if you've got an issue about the job they're trying to send you to, what that is and why it's valid, and actually take control of your future, and you know, make sure that you are fully knowledgeable about what is out there, because there are a lot of different schemes. Find the one that's right for you and demand that you get on it.